According to John Maxwell, most people want to change the world to improve their lives, but the world they need to change first is the one inside themselves. This simply means that change must first take place from within and has a ripple effect on the lives of others. So if that change is powerful enough, it will gather a momentum effects in the whole society and humanity. Ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good afternoon, future educators. Today is a new set of learning wherein we're going to keep in touch with the 5th pillars. This is a learning to transform oneself and society that has interrelationship with the SDG or the Sustainable Development Goal. So the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, also known as UNESCO, was created the 4 previous pillars, and later on they added the 5th one, which is the learning to transform oneself and society. And it attempts to address the changes of learning in the 21st century. So when we say to transform oneself and society, this is the acquisition of knowledge, or this simply means the process of extracting, structuring, and organizing knowledge. And also it developed the skills and acquired new values that as a result of learning. So they are equipped with tools and mindsets for creating a lasting change in organizations, communities, and societies. All around the world, groups of informed, skilled, and motivated people are striving to achieve a more responsible ways of living, so it is recognized that the education is essential to achieve the sustainable development for all. So as an example, if you are a valuable citizen, then you can contribute to our community for its lasting impact for the betterment of our society. So as an example, if you are a late bloomer, then you aren't able to discover yourself first. Then later on, nakadiscover ka nga you are a fan of inventions. So in that particular situation, or makakuan ka sa imong self nga, hala, mas mansay di ko unsaong pag-imbento. So ang kanang pag-imbento nimo, dako kaayo ng katabang, not only for yourself, not only the development of yourself, but also the development and improvement of our community. So as an example, if naka-imbento ka og drone that is really essential or crucial, especially in agriculture. So kanang drone nga kanang magbisbis sa mga tanom. So in that way nga kanang sa agriculture, mas mapadali pa nila ang proseso, mapadali pa nila ang ilahang pag-process sa ilahang mga produkto. So in that way, you are a valuable citizen, meaning you can contribute to our community. So that's it. When we say valuable citizen, no? There are also a growing recognition of people that everywhere need to acquire the knowledge and skills to change their consumption behavior and to become creative and valuable citizens that surely helped our society and for the improvement, or let's say the development of our society. That's why in that simply means that it sustains our development. So for further explanation, especially for the aims of the learning to transform oneself and society, it will discover more with the next reporter.
Education for sustainable living. The 5th pillars of education, the learning to transform oneself and society, aims to help the students to understand, have a healthy and neutral environment where they can live in a non-discriminatory society that allows them to grow individually. UNESCO promotes the different sustainable development goals in support to achieve the first aims of the 5th pillars of education, the learning to transform oneself and society. The SDG 5, or the gender equality, helps to promote and achieve gender equality and empower women and girls. SDG 5 focuses on pursuing the main goal of real and sustained gender equality in all aspects of women and girls' lives that includes ending gender disparities, eliminate violence women and girls, eliminating early focused marriage and securing equal participation and opportunities. This also includes the respect and elimination of discrimination to the third gender or the LGBTQ community. SDG recognized that action in one area will affect outcomes in others, and that development must balance in social, economic, and environmental sustainability. A system thinking approach is the base of global sustainability. Learning to understand self will help us to see what are things that we are capable of doing that can give good impact to society. Assessing self and changing it to a better person will lead us to imparting better impact to society and make transformation into a better person. Accepting yourself helps you to accept other. The change must start to ourselves to promote good to our society and sustain the goal of having equality in all kinds of gender.
It is recognized that education is essential to achieve sustainable development for all. There is also a growing recognition that people everywhere need to acquire that knowledge and skill to change their consumption behavior and to become more creative and active citizens. The questions today is what policies and practices are needed to facilitate education for sustainable living and what lesson can be learned from the experience already taking place in different countries. So, learning to transform oneself and society when individuals and groups gain knowledge, development skills, and acquire new values as a result of learning. They are equipped with tools and mindsets for creating lasting change in organization, communities, and societies.
Hello everyone, this is Maria Julian Bino speaking. To continue, the fifth pillar also suggests that we use our education to promote behaviors and practices that minimize our ecological footprint on the world around us. So talking about ecological footprint, it measures how fast we consume resources and generate waste compared to how fast nature can absorb our waste and generate resources. The pillar suggests we should reduce our ecological footprints, which is at most important in order to mitigate the effects of global climate change and other environmental challenges. In this way, we help improve public health, boost the global economy, and maintains biodiversity, wherein help ensures cleaner air, pure water, and food for our generations and for generations yet to come. So, in relation to the SDG or the Sustainable Development Goals, by promoting behaviors and practices that minimize our ecological footprints, we can achieve the goals for sustainable development, for peace and prosperity for all of us and the planet, now and into the future.
So the fourth aim in this pillar talks about the respect of the life and its diversity of people. So in this pillar, we will learn to respect everyone's diversity, and that will enable for us to have an ability to recognize, understand, accept, demonstrate respect towards individuals and groups that might be different from us in terms of age, gender, sexuality, religion, economic background, political beliefs, and culture. By this, our world will transform into a better place to live where discrimination is no longer possible. However, based on the number 4 SDG, it aims to achieve gender equality by ending all forms of discrimination, violence, and any harmful practices against women and girls in the public and private spheres. It also calls for the full participation of women and equal opportunities for leadership at all levels of political and economic decision making. So this means that we students should ensure and learn to treat everyone equal so that people will get the dignity and respect they deserve.
And now, let's move on to the sixth aim. And the last aim in this pillar is for students to promote democracy where people prevails. And this means that students should learn to practice democracy and teachers should promote democratic values because teachers and students are influenced by their opinions, experiences, and feelings. So, in order to create active citizens and promote their personal growth, education is a crucial component of a democratic and sustainable society. A diverse and inclusive society must be built, mentalities must be changed, and important social issues like gender equality must be brought to the public's attention through education. It serves as a barrier to prejudice and xenophobia. Access to inclusive education must be democratized in order to improve quality of life as well as to address the world's most pressing issues.
Hello everyone, this is Jessa Marie speaking. And for the number 5, for students to act to achieve social solidarity. So it is a core principle of collective action and is founded on shared values and beliefs among different groups in society. For instance, farmers produce the food to feed the factory workers who produce the tractors that allow the farmers to produce. So this means that social solidarity emphasizes the interdependence between individuals in a society, which allows individuals to feel that they can enhance the lives of others. And the Social Solidarity Economy or SSE and Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs, with the theme of social justice, peace, and human rights, tackle about the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and the Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs represent a renewed global commitment to not only end poverty and hunger but also achieve universal social protection, reduction of inequalities, and environmental sustainability, all requiring fundamental changes in the way our economies function. And the SSE also can play a crucial role in the realization of the 2030 Agenda and the SDGs by promoting inclusive and sustainable development through concrete social, institutional, and technological innovations and practices. So, by achieving social solidarity, students must develop concrete social, institutional, and technological innovations and practices.
All in all, the fifth pillars, which is the learning to transform oneself and society, views education as a way to develop the community holistically. We can achieve sustainable development through this pillar by using our education to encourage changes in behavior to, first, create a more viable and fairer society for everyone. So this means that human beings have always yearned for a fairer society. The need to live in an environment with the same opportunities for everyone, regardless of his or her place of birth, training, or social condition, has been a top priority for governments and institutions. We live in an even evolving world, a world with daily challenge which can be positively turned into opportunities for everyone to achieve the goal of reaching an equal society. Second, we must integrate values inherent in sustainable development into all aspects of learning. This means good quality education is an essential tool for achieving a more sustainable world. This was emphasized at the UN World Summit in Johannesburg in 2002, where the reorientation of the current education system was outlined as key to sustainable development. Education for Sustainable Development, or the ESD, promotes the development of the knowledge, skills, understanding, values, and actions required to create a sustainable world, which ensures environmental protections and conservation, promotes social equity, and encourage economic sustainability. The concept of Education for Sustainable Development, or the ESD, developed largely from environmental education, which has sought to develop the knowledge, skills, values, attitudes, and behaviors in people to create for their environment.
Third,
teach people to reflect critically on their own community, which means that you have to teach people to think critically and use information for public good that promote dialogue and respect, wherein it supports sustainable development goals and democracy that empower lifelong learning. And it is very crucial to the future society since it promotes lifelong learning. Fourth, empower people to assume responsibility for creating and enjoying a sustainable future. This means to create a something that are useful and last long until the next generation. It is preserving something that can be used for the upcoming generation, and it is vital for future society since it builds and preserves a new forces and brings up a brighter future. To conclude, learning to transform oneself and society, it is the instilled knowledge, skills developed, and acquired new values as a result of learning that equipped with tools and mindset for creating lasting change in organization, communities, and societies.